Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts. Today I'm continuing to work on my Summer Bloom journal and I've come a long way with it off of camera, so I just wanted to show you real quick. I went ahead and sewn the signatures in, and I will do a walkthrough, a flip through of this in a different video, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing right now, but I have added the cover. I have sewn the signatures in, and what I decided to do, since it was so chunky, I have sewn in, I divided them up and made two separate signatures because this did get rather chunky, so you can see here that it is fairly thick. So, and I will show everything about the cover later and how I created it. But for now, I want to finish working on the journal, and so for the first pocket, I've just made a little journaling card. And this is just the paper. I think I've told this in another video where I take a whole sheet of the paper. So this would have been a full sheet, and I just take it and print it 2 sheets per 2 pages of the kit per 1 sheet of paper. So hopefully that makes sense. And then I just cut it down, cut it out, round the corners, and add some decoration to the front, and it makes a little journaling card. And so that's what I've done there. And I decided to add it to that one, to that pocket. And so these already have their tags in, and this could be a pocket. I may come back and add something there. So for here, I did make this a pocket as well. And so, and I've already got my little cards in that pocket. See if I can put that on camera there. And so I need something in here, but I don't think anything that I've made up will fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a note that I need to, let's see if this little envelope would fit. Well, that envelope from the kit may work there. Let me see which, another one. Here is another little, oh, that one's cute. And I could set it, I could do it like that where it's got the wording as well. I might do that one. Just like that. Okay, so that'll work there. And then, oh, I do need to put something in this envelope though. And it needs, looks like it needs gluing just a little bit better. So what do I have that could go in this envelope? I'm not really sure that I have anything. Here's some little cards from the kit. Okay, so I'll need to keep that in mind. I will put that there, but then I'm going to come back and add something to that envelope. We will see what I can put in there. Okay, and then I think I'm going to be making some tags in a few minutes as well. I need some tags for this spot. I think that's where I'm going to put them. Well, which I took this is from the kit as well, and when you print them out normal size, they're about this size, but I did the same thing. I printed 2 pages of the kit on 1 sheet of paper, and so it comes out this size, and then I just cut them out and backed them with some paper that I had stenciled. And so I've done 2 of those cards there, and I should do, I had a third one here. Maybe that's what I should do with this one and just put all 3 in there. That's what I'm going to do. So I am going to just glue it onto this paper here. And that's what I'm going to do today. So hopefully you'll just hang out with me as I work on completing this journal. And today I'm just working on adding just a little bit of tags and embellishments to finish it up. And I thought I would just hang out with you all while I did that. So it's nothing real exciting, but still, sometimes it's interesting to see how it comes together. And I've really enjoyed doing this journal. I had a few hiccups along the way. It took me longer than I had planned, and I did have some issues along the way, but I was able to fix them. I learned some lessons. I learned, first off, that I need to purchase some bigger clips. So I'm using small clips to hold mine together, like when I clip it together to sew it in. And I realized that I definitely need to get larger ones. It would help me to hold it all together. And so that's where I had a little bit of issue when I was sewing it together. And after I thought about it, I could have, it was really bulky trying to punch the holes for it, and I could have just did a few at a time by using not stencil, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. I could have made myself a guide. A guide is what I'm trying to think about, but that's not the correct word either, but a guide where I would have had where the holes are, and then I could have just done a little bit at a time. So that's where I did struggle, but I'm going to order a larger clip. Let me know below if you make chunky journals, what size clips do you use? And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about clips. I may be saying the wrong word. Sometimes I call things that, so here's an example of a small one where mine were a little bit larger than this that I was using, but not much. but like when you hold the book together, see, this one won't even reach down. So that's what I was struggling with. And so when you flap these down, it holds it some, but not great. But what kind of clips do you use, or what do you use to hold your book together when you're punching the holes to add your signatures in? I would love to hear what size you use. I looked on Amazon, and there are different sizes, and because I can't see them in person, I really don't know what size to get. So I'm going to have to think about that. So that's one thing I learned that I need. And then I also, let's see, what else did I learn? I learned a few lessons along the way with it, but I can't remember now, so maybe I will remember them later. But so it's that kind of week, that kind of day, I think. Let's see, with the cover, I did some things different with it, but I didn't have any troubles with it. So I just struggle with figuring out what, for this one, I always felt like something was missing, something was lacking, and it just took, I think that's what took me so long on this one, was because I kept feeling that way. So I kept adding more and more embellishments, and now I truly love it. I'm truly happy with it. And so I guess sometimes that's just how it is. It just takes a bit to figure out what you want for a journal and to be happy with something. So right here, I need something for this pocket. So this is my fabric pocket, and I use book pages to make that. And I still have not uploaded that video. I just remembered when I just pointed to this that I said in several videos ago that I would upload that video. I have yet to do that. So that, I will need to look for that video. I can't remember what I did with it. Sometimes that happens. I film stuff and then I totally forget about it. So I have a piece of fabric here, and I'm just going to make a little book out of this that slides down in there. I call it a little book. I'm not really sure what you call them. It's just really a little journaling spot, but you kind of do it like you're making a little book. So I'm just going to take and rip some fabric, and I'll show you how I'm doing this. I've made these before in Roxy's weekly challenges, so I can't remember what we called them. I'm having a hard time remembering words today. It seems like what I'm trying to think of. I have days like that. Too many things on my mind at one time. So I'm just going to add a little glue down the just front edge of this one. Just a little bit of glue here with my Fabri-Tac, since I'm using fabric. And I'm just going to put it on one half of the fabric, because I've got to make room for the other piece. So let's see here. And then I'm just going to add this one, and this is going to be the back of it. I'm just going to attach it here. Nothing too major, just making, I love these though. I love making little booklets like this and little pieces like this that has the fabric on the spine. There we go. I love this, just to do like that. And so then I could leave this white inside, but I'm not, because it's kind of thin, because it's just 32-pound paper. So what I'm going to do, I think I'll try using this paper that I dyed in another video, and I just used like a watercolor effect. So I'm just going to attach it on the inside there. It's a little wrinkled up because when I let it dry, I just laid it aside, because that was just a piece of scrap that I was sampling on, and just to see what colors looked right together and how they blended. And so I decided once it dried that I will save it and use it. And so I'm just going to use that part on the inside here, because you can still journal over top of all these colors, and it adds some interest to the inside. So let me turn that over and line it up. And you can hear my little dog's nails on the floor. They are running back and forth. So let me get some more glue here. There we go. See how that's doing. We just press that down. Then I want to add a tab to it as well. So I'll just cut it out along the edge there. I think I'll ink the edges as well. Just sitting here looking, seeing. I think I'll just ink them just a little bit with what's left over on the sponge. I'm gonna have to find my ink pad. Oops, I about dropped it. I'm getting in the mood to switch over to, I've done the summer journal, but now we're getting August, and I don't know, the way the sun is shining here with the certain way it looks on our house when it becomes fall, it looks different outside, the way the tilt of the earth and everything, it changes the look. And so I am getting in the fall mood, and even though our leaves haven't changed or anything yet, I kind of want to start a fall themed journal, so I may do that next. I know for one of my design teams, I have a different project I need to work on as well for this month, but I may start, I'm not sure, I may start a fall one, start a little early. Let's see, I'm looking for a tab. I've got some already punched out here. Let me see how that would look. I think that'd be pretty on it. Or let's see, what other piece of paper do I have here I could punch a tab out of? That one may look good. So let me just fold it in half. Get my tab punch, my favorite punch. I love punches. I love all punches, but I don't know what it is about using punches, but I find them to be, it's just fun. I always have. So I'm just going to line that up there. Ooh, it just flew up. Okay. And let's see. Do I want to use this side or the darker green side? I like the darker green. And I think I'm going to add the tab to the back of the book so it sticks out like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, I love those colors splotched in there like that. And I think I'll look good with this green tab. And when I was making it, those colors was not the colors that that's why I was running a test, because I want to make sure I get the right colors to match what I was working on that day, and that wasn't it. But it still worked out good to use for this, so it was not a waste. Get my bone folder out. Just press down. Okay, and then I'm just going to press this. And there we go. I think that's pretty. And so that's going to go right here in this pocket. We'll just have it sticking out like that. I love that. And then I've got to make, I'm going to make one more, but I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this paper here, and it will go on the other side. But let's see what's in between first before I jump over like that. So we have this one here. We have our pocket filled there with a tab. We've got those in there. This could use something. And I might just put this little envelope in there. I don't know. It kind of doesn't look so good because it doesn't show up as well. Let's see. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off on that one as well because it doesn't have to have anything, because I've mainly put it there for decoration, but it is an extra pocket if you wanted one. So this one pocket I've already filled with another one of these little journaling cards. And this is a, I think I mentioned before, this is a card that I collaged with the strips left over. And then I've got this one with the card already in it. I love this card. I cut this out from a book, and I love that flower. And I love this pocket I made as well. Very happy with all these. Okay, we got these we need to fill. And I did make some tags up. And these, I don't know if you can see it, I went ahead and run that through my Big Shot and added some texture. And then what I did was I run it through the Big Shot before I added the background, the back paper, because I, excuse me, I knew that if it had these bumps on it, it would be really hard to write on it on the back. So now the back is smooth. It should take ink just fine and be able to write on it just fine. I've got a little piece of glue on my finger, on my nail. Okay, so I could put that. I don't know, this really don't show up in this pocket, does it? But if I put maybe some, let's see here, what if we put a little bit of this on top? This is just some leftover fabric scraps, and I'm gonna have to look down here and see what else I can find. Fabric scraps as well. I don't really think so. I'm gonna have to hold off. So these pockets, I think these would fit in these pockets, but it just sticks up. These are just some more journaling cards I made. It sticks up too far. Okay, so we need something for that. So I need to take note that I need to find something for these pockets. This is a bit too large. These would fit. I just have to back them. Okay, we're going to hold off. I can make little cards like I did. I may need to print out some more like I did for earlier. I think I can make some of those. I can make more of those up. Okay, let's see. We need something for this pocket. So I think another one of these little pages that was printed smaller and then just folded. I think that would work good for that one. I like that. Yes. And let's see here. Then you're getting kind of a flip through of it even before I do the flip through it. Now you can see that I've changed a lot. I took some papers out that I had put in it because I just didn't like them. So before I sewed it up, I changed my mind on several things, and so I took some pockets out and changed it up just a bit. I took some, not pockets, excuse me, I took some pages out and a few things out and changed it up just a bit. And so I'm glad that I did not sew it together to begin with, because there were some things I did want to change. What did I do with that? Here it is. I was looking for this paper. That's why I couldn't think about what I was wanting to say. I think it'll fit on this one. So what I'm going to do is just make another one of those little booklets, because I got to talking and forgot I was going to make a booklet to go right here. So let's do that real quick before I forget again what I'm doing. I am very absent-minded today. Some days it's like that. I'm trying to do too many things in one day. Or trying to think about too many things that I want to do. So, but I am excited to be finishing this one up. I want this to be my cover, so come on, you put it like that. Okay. And if you haven't been following along with this series, I've been putting up videos each day of me working on this and just hanging out with you while I work on this journal. And so hopefully you can, if you haven't seen them, you can go back and see some of the things. And that will, a lot of those videos will explain what some of these things are that I have made so far and added to the journal. And so those are listed in the, I have a list, a playlist, and it will be called Summer Bloom Journal. And so that way you can see all the videos that have to do with this journal. And that's what I'm going to start trying to do, is when I have a series like that, or I'm working on a certain journal or a certain project, if there's more than one video, I'm just going to make a playlist so that if you want to go back and see something from that journal, you can. And I've got several videos working on this one. And then I did work on a lot of it off camera, because I just got to playing around with it and working on it, and so I just forgot to really film it. And sometimes I get to working on journals and I just get to going and forget that I need to share the next step that we're doing. So this was just sort of a process anyway. I wasn't teaching you how to do anything particular. I just wanted to show you how it came together. So I'm just looking here, just trying to see if this tab would go. It might. Let me punch it out and flip it to the lighter side and see. Let's see here. There we go. And let's see what that is, the lighter side. So let's just see here how that would look. I think that would look good, but first I'm going to add the paper. And let's see, with this, that's too short. We'll do this side. Just got to figure out which side. This one. Okay. Let's add some glue here. It's about time to order another bottle of this glue. I can feel that it's getting lighter. I like to always have glue, backup glue here. I don't want to run out. I know I use a lot of it. Where's that needle? Okay, so let's just take this side and cover it and just press down. And then we'll trim it out. Oh, I just remembered the second thing when I said that I learned some lessons with this book. Okay, so the paperclip thing was one of the lessons I learned, that I needed a larger paperclip. I also learned with this one, so typically like I said in my first video with this journal, that I sew my journals together after I add a lot of the decorations, and then I'll go back and add a little bit more later. Well, for this one, it became so chunky that when I went to sew it together, it was way harder than it would have been if I would have went ahead and sewed it together before I added the pockets. So I'm thinking I've got to get myself in the habit of maybe not adding the pockets, but going ahead and adding the stenciling and different things to it, and then go ahead and sewing it in, because it did get quite chunky and it was really hard to put together. Even though it didn't have the tags and the journaling cards in it, and it just had the pockets and stuff, I think it just got so chunky that it was difficult. And it might have been okay if I'd had those clips. Like I said, if I'd had the clips that I needed, it may have been okay. I don't know. But that is another lesson I think I learned, is that if it's going to start getting chunky, I better go ahead and sew it together before I keep adding stuff to it. But that's part of life, is learning. If we ever stop learning, then that's not too good. Okay, so I'm just going to add this right here. And I'm going to ink the inside of this one just because, let me get this needle in here. I'm going to ink the inside of this one just because I think that it needs it a little bit more so with all that bright color. I think see, inking the edges kind of dulls down some of that bright. I'm just getting that string off. It makes it look like it blends more with the rest of the book. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold that back and ink. And there we go. So here we go. Alrighty, so that one's going in this pocket, and I like that. I could have made it a little larger for that one, so we said we'll come back to that one later. I've got this one filled, and now it's time to get over to the second one. So this one, I think I'm just going to be putting a journaling card in it. Let me get back on camera. I don't know why I keep getting off today, and I really don't think that it needs a tab. I think it's going to be fine. Just trying to decide now, do I want the butterfly end up like that? And oh, something's supposed to, would this fit in here? Something's supposed to go in here. So let's see. Oh, that's a bingo card already in there. So it just needs a tab. Okay, okay. I did not realize that. I was trying to figure that out. Let's just add a little tab to this bingo card. And let's see, I'm just using some leftover scraps and stuff over here. And this is just Tim Holtz paper that I'm using to make the tabs. Leftover scraps, Tim Holtz. So that one, we're going to get all that out. There we go. Just make another tab. Let me see here, I got to fold this down. If you don't get it folded good, it doesn't want to slide down in there. So what I'm doing, I don't know if you've ever used this punch before. For those who haven't, I just take, and when you get it, it tells you just to punch one side. But what I do is I just fold it in half and then put it down in here. And you want your folded part to the top, but you want to keep it low enough below the punch that you don't cut into your folded part. I don't know if you can see that. And that way, you have one solid tab and you don't have to glue two little tabs together, if that makes sense. So I think I'm just going to stick it on the top here of this bingo card, and then that way it won't get lost down in this pocket. Okay, so let's just do that. Or do you want this color? I kind of like that color. Okay, just adds a little bit more to it. Oops, let's get back on camera. I do not know what's wrong with me today. I'm just off the camera. There we go. I think that looks good though. And the green of that matches there, so that's why I used that. So I think that looks good to have that there. And then we have to have something for this pocket, but I think I've got plenty made up. So I'm not going to have to make anything for that pocket. Let's just see what I have. Got this, it blends. That's a pocket. And then I have this little card here that I could add there. Oops, wait a minute, this opens up. I might want to put something smaller in there. I forget myself after making this, working on it for so long, I forget that some of the things that it does. That might be cute just to add a little card in there. A little tag, I mean, I said card, but I did mean tag. And maybe this one on this side. That would be neat. And then I do have this larger tag that I could put something on it. I may do that. So then let's go over here and see what we have. Kind of want to add that to somewhere, but we'll see. So we've got this one already filled, and then we need to put something underneath there. And I think that this envelope, and I'll put some cards and stuff in those as well. But I think that would go just fine there. And let's see, would this fit in there? No, so we're going to have to put something in there as well. I'm going to have to make myself a list and come back and just add some things to these envelopes. So far I know that all envelopes need something added to them. Okay. So we've got all these pages I've stenciled. And I know what I'm looking for. Okay, this I was going to put, let me find it. So I printed out cut out some flowers from Line Dot Arrow, and I thought they may be cute to put in here so that whoever gets the journal could embellish it. They could embellish it with some of these flowers, so I thought it might be neat to just add the flowers into the pockets for them so that they could decorate up the Summer Bloom journal with summer blooms, summer flowers. So that's there, and then maybe add a larger one. They're kind of pointy, aren't they? Maybe I take this big one out here and add it to the back. And here we put this one here. So I think that'd be nice. So that when they, plus it looks like a little flower garden there, doesn't it? Maybe this one as well. Kind of looks like it's a blooming little garden. I like to put embellishments in there into my journal so that that's free, like, you know, that's not glued down, so that they can use them on pages, especially on pages like this. See, this page is blank, so they could glue flowers on that one. I do know what I wanted to put in this one. I already made it up, so I just took this from the kit and I just backed it, and I think that's going to look great in that one. There's no pocket here, no. And then this is just a journaling card. I mean, not a journaling card, but like a journaling spot. And that's something I've added since off camera. And here I want to take this doily, and I'm just going to fold it over till I get the right height. Tuck it all the way down in there, fold it there. Okay. So now I'm just going to trim it across here. That way, I'm just going to tuck it over and then fold it like this. And I'm going to add this little heart there. So I think that'll look cute. Add some glue to it. And who knows, this may not be the last time I go back through and embellish it before I'm totally done. I may take it and just add a few more flowers and stuff to things in it and embellish it up just a little bit more if I see anything else, but I'm thinking today's going to be finishing it up. Kind of hoping. get done so I can do the flip through video and show you all the things I've added, because I have added quite a bit since the last video. Maybe like that, because you can still tuck in. You won't have any problem tucking in to the pocket. Okay, so we got that glued on, so let's just add, I think I'll add this here into the pocket. And then I remembered that I missed this pocket here, so I think what I'm going to do is just add a little doily there. Let me see if I need to trim it down any. I think I need to trim just a little slither off. Sliver. Did I say that right? I don't know. I'm having to correct myself a lot today. One of those days. I am filming this during I think I might need to be taking a nap instead. It's nap time. It is afternoon. And this girl loves her naps. I do love taking a nap. Okay. Do I want to add a flower to that? Maybe. Or could add it. That might look cute. Just looking through my little flower bin here. Some of these flowers are just too large. I cut some of them out way too large, and so they're not going to be able to work. And all of these are from Line Dot Arrow's embellishment kit. There's an embellishment kit that she has. I think I'll leave it. I feel like it needs something. It needs something. Let's see here. What about this here? That's pretty. That is pretty. So let me get all the little bits out that I didn't, and the cut didn't come all the way out. Okay. And I'll try to remember to link to this one below too, this kit that has these flowers. I think it's going to be okay leaning like that. It's harder to get things pressed down when it's already put together. Let me hold that there for just a minute and go ahead and look ahead and see if there's anything else. So we've gotten this far, we're already here. This pocket needs something. So, trying to see if I have any more journaling cards that I've created, because I don't know that that one though matches this one. Let me hold that for a second here. Okay, let's see here. Trying to see what I have here. I have some card tags I want to make up. I think I'm going to make up for the other pocket. So that is the last journaling card that I have done up. But if I trim just a little on each side, and then I round the corners, because I want the corners rounded, I do believe. Couldn't hurt it, could it? Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, and then find that pocket again and see how that fits in there. So it does fit nicely. Okay. I think that looks good because you can see that flower showing through right there. I like that. Okay, so now we have filled most of the pockets. Let's go ahead and make these tags up that I've laid aside. I've laid a few tags aside in a few pieces. And so this is one that I did use the embossing folder on it, And then what I've done is I've went ahead and inked so that the embossing stands out even more. And then this is from a book page, and so I'm just going to add it to the tag. And then I've got a little snail from the embellishment kit from Line Dot Arrow that I'm going to add to the bottom too, because I think it's really cute. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac on it, because I find that if I cover it fully with the Fabri-Tac, then you don't have that glue show through, like, you know, dots of glue showing through, like you do with some glue on the, this is vellum, I don't know if I said that, but this little snail was printed on vellum and cut out. So there we have just a little tag, and then we're going to make another little tag here. And this one I'm going to have to back it. I haven't backed it yet, but I went ahead and printed several of the flowers from Line Dot Arrow's embellishment kit. I've printed onto vellum, and so I'm just going to add those to tags along with the words from the kit. So I'm just trying to do a light coat so that it covers good and you don't see, you know, the glue through. The glue don't show through on the vellum. So I don't think it does. I think it looks really good. And then I'm just going to trim these down to fit the tag better. Just ink those edges. And there's enough left on this sponge. I'm not having to worry about getting more ink right now. Okay, and so I'm just going to put that there. So that's good. There we go. Like that. And so I'm just going to have to add it to some cardstock, and I will lay that aside and do that. So this one can actually go in this pocket here, I think. I think that's going to look good there. I'm going to have to get that little flower to lay down a little bit better. Maybe I didn't add just enough glue there. There we go. So I think that could go in this pocket. And then I have another one that I laid out that I want to work on. Trying to find them all. So this is another flower from a book page, and then I've backed this one with a piece of paper from the kit. And then I have, this is another page from the kit that I've just run through the embossing folder. And I have not inked it yet, so let me ink it real quick. Looks like I inked the top and maybe I just stopped. I don't know. And I'm just going to lightly rub over that, and it makes the embossing stand out. I think it shows up better on the camera too. So I'm just going to stick that little, this is just a little stamp from the kit. And stick it right there. And this flower from a wildflower book. Sometimes when I don't feel like really doing, I want to craft, but I don't feel like doing anything much. I just want to sit here and do a little bit. I fussy cut out flowers from my wildflower books. And so I think that is a good thing, because then when you go to decorate something like this, you've got a bunch of flowers to go through and see, you know, find one that goes with your kit that you're working on. So I like that. Just very simple little tag. And I'm probably going to go back and hole punch those. But for now I'm going to put them there so I don't lose them. And let's see here. This one, I don't know what I'm going to put on it. I've got several more here. Let me cover this up. We need one more up there though, which we do have this one made. It may go there, it could. But I'm not sure that I like all tags there. I kind of like the little cards like I put in the other one there. So let me see, maybe 2 tags per little. That's kind of cute, isn't it? And then we did this one here. That makes it really full. let's see here. Let's make up that one. Go ahead and make up this one as well with the vellum. This is just a quick way to make a little tag. I think it's got a nice little look to it for this little journal. This flower is quite a bit smaller. I'm just going to add it right there in the middle. Trim this down. I'm going to cut it down. I've got stuff everywhere now. I can't figure out where nothing's at. I'm just looking for my ink pad. Okay. Just add that at the bottom there. Then I'll ink around this one. I'm going to get some cardstock down real quick so I can just finish these up and add them to the cardstock. I kind of think, let's see here, that I would need one more. Let's see, we have this one laid out to do. This tag is right here. I'm pretty certain, and I can look it up, but this one is a free tag in the Line Dot Arrow group. So if you are on Facebook, you can join the Line Dot Arrow group, and she puts freebies on there. Natalie puts freebies on there every so often, and so it might be monthly now. I can't remember. But there's always little freebies on there, and the freebies stay on there all the time. So if you join after the freebie was added, you can still get this freebie. And so I downloaded some of those as well and add them to this kit because I thought they went well with the kit. And Rach and Bella Crafts, which is part of this collaboration, she has a Facebook group as well, so you can search that on there, and you can join their groups, and there's so many benefits from being in their groups, and you can learn a lot from each other in the group too, learn from all the other crafters. So I'm just going to have to back those, but I'm just going to stick them there for now and take a look and see if I like that or if I need to make something else. Makes this page kind of full. I kind of like the fullness of it. Now I need to punch holes in them and maybe add a little string. And so then, let's see, I think we've got everything together. I've got a few little envelopes that I need to add some cards to and things, but I think that's going to be about it. I wanted to work for about another 30 minutes with you all and hang out. And so in the next video, I am just going to do a complete flip through of this journal and show you all the things that I've added to it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and bye.